Today on Hidden Secrets, revealed live. Real estate sales boom in California and New York. Real estate sales surge in the Bay Area and NYC. High-end homes sell briskly in key regions. Across the San Francisco Bay Area and New York City, the real estate market is booming. There's ongoing demand for high value properties. Capital is concentrating in ultra prime coastal markets. Home buyers are paying extreme premiums for location, product quality, and scarcity. This is both this is in both California and New York. A San Jose home sold for $3.7 million at $3,144 per square foot, which is a very small footprint for the price. That's consistent with severe land scarcity and high income demand. Okay, this, for example, core Bay Area tech markets. In Santa Clara County, a spacious home sold for $2.8 million. This aligns with the broader South Bay pattern. That's where larger single family homes still clear in the high seven figures. Why aren't high interest rates and low affordability a problem for wealthy home buyers? Let me reveal this hidden secret to you live right now. HSRL is a production of Safe New Media. Before you keep watching, let me tell you who this is not for. This show is not for you if you take yourself too seriously. If you are a seeker, let me be your guide to discover accurate truth for yourself. Let me help you increase the quality and effectiveness of your life by revealing to you the hidden secrets of the universe. It's the only podcast of its kind right now on this subject, going live on X, therefore the most popular live stream podcast live right now on this subject, going live on X. This show is specifically for those who are seeking new perspectives, fresh ideas, and a willingness to explore new possibilities. My intention is to help investors like you stay ahead of the curve and make the most out of emerging opportunities. Today on HSRL, ladies and gentlemen, I've been reading these numbers, and I got to tell you, it's beautiful. People are losing their minds. We've reached the point in civilization where land scarcity is a fancy way of saying you're paying $4 million to live in a place where you can hear your neighbor's electric toothbrush through the wall. This house is expensive because everyone wants it. Why does everyone want it? Because it's expensive. Have you seen these San Jose stats? $3,144 per square foot. That's $3,000, okay, per square foot. For a house, more like a high-end coffin with a zip code. You could buy a decent car for what they're charging per room. It's so small, you got to decide if you want a bedroom or a kitchen. You can't have both without bumping into each other like you're in a Marx Brothers routine. Whoop, 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 whoop. Wise guys, eh? You're paying $3,000. Hang on, the reference that I just made was to the Three Stooges, but I said the Marx Brothers. I realize that now. You're paying $3,000 for a space the size of a pizza box. You could cover your floor in actual gold coins for less than the cost of the dirt underneath it. A guy in San Jose paid $3.7 million for a tiny 1,000 square foot house. Why? Because he wanted to be close to his high paying tech job and good school district for his kids. Yeah, this guy's a genius. Now he's so broke from the mortgage that he has to work 20 hours a day at that high paying tech job, which is perfect because the house is so small his kids can't actually fit inside of it anyway. You love to see it. Kotati, a secondary North Bay town where a 3-bedroom is 866K. That's what we call spillover. You know what that means? You couldn't afford Marin. So you moved to a place where the primary local industry is being near a highway that goes to a better place. You're paying $1 million to tell people at parties it's actually a great commute while you sob into your steering wheel for 10 hours a week. Kotati at $866,500 is the real punchline. Kotati, a place people used to accidentally end up while driving somewhere else. Now it's like, yes, this is a bargain. It's under $1 million and only emotionally adjacent to wine country. Remote work turned every quiet town into a bank into a backup server for San Francisco. Kotati at nearly $1 million. That's spillover. Spillover. Like the wealth is leaking out of Palo Alto and poisoning the suburbs. Honey, the schools are great. But now our neighbors are venture capitalists who work from home in their pajamas made of money. Santa Clara County has a spacious home for $2.8 million. Spacious compared to what? A Tesla? The word spacious has become a financial term. It doesn't describe size. It describes how badly the seller wants you to feel optimistic while wiring money. In Santa Clara, you pay an extra million for the good school district. Think about the logic. You pay $2.8 million for a spacious home so your kid can go to a school where they learn that the reason they can't afford a house in 20 years is because people like you paid $2.8 million for a house in 2026. It's a closed loop of academic excellence and financial ruin. Fremont, at $1.8 million, is now considered a value play. That's my to be Fremont used to be where you went when San Jose told you to calm down. Now Fremont is like, look, we're not Palo Alto, but we're not eating dinner in the car either. Fremont, value play at $1.8 million for what used to be a middle class starter home. And don't get me started on New York. $30 million for a luxury condo in Midtown or the Upper East Side. You pay that much so you can live in a box where the view is other rich people looking back at you, judging your drapes. These ultra wealthy guys aren't even rate sensitive. Interest rates go up, they laugh. Honey, call the accountant. Tell him we're preserving wealth again. Meanwhile, the rest of us are like, preserving wealth? I can't even preserve leftovers without them going bad. In Midtown, ultra high net worth buyers are dropping $30 million on condos to preserve wealth. It's a global safe haven asset. Do you know what normal people call a safe haven asset? A roof. But at $30 million, you aren't buying a home, you're buying a giant limestone clad receipt. These guys aren't worried about interest rates. A rate hike to them is like a mosquito biting a rhino. It doesn't hurt. It's only a minor data point while they're busy moving gold bars around. Can you say bifurcation, boys and girls? It's a fancy word for the rich keep winning. Everyone else can go bifurcate themselves. Hilarious, right? Tech bros in the Bay Area pay a tax to be near other tech bros. It's like paying extra to sit at the cool kids table, except they zoned the table so nobody new can join. We can't end today's episode without my investor's take. The long duration capital thesis is that irreplaceable dirt stays expensive. Do you know why it's irreplaceable? Because the guys who wrote the zoning laws are the same people who bought their houses in 1974 for a bag of cashews and a handshake. And they've spent the last 50 years making sure nobody else can build a shed without a 3-year environmental impact study. Long duration capital says buy the irreplaceable dirt. It'll hold value through anything. Translation: even when the economy tanks, the rich will still need a place to store their yachts on land. And yield guys, go downstream. Find the suckers who almost made it, but not quite. It's like vulture capitalism meets house hunting. Look for distress in the mid tier where the dream died, but the mortgage didn't. That's my time. I got to get back to work. Share this, retweet on X, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify. You're allowed to make fun of me only if your jokes are funny and you get my name right. So you don't have to do this, right? No pressure. I don't need you to follow me on X. It's not necessary to follow me on X, but I do follow others who are adding value. They're funnier than me, they're smarter than me, and there's a lot of people who are funnier and smarter than me. But whatever you decide, now you can follow at Safe New Media. Follow at Safe New Media on X. Either way, team up with me to bring about serious advancement for each other. The plan is for our community to share with each other the systems, the processes, and workflows that we are successfully using in order to help each other grow. That's why I invite you to belong higher. Join our inner circle on Telegram. You can gain access at the link at the top of the Safe New Media X profile. There's a link to the Telegram there. The Telegram, the Safe New Media Inner Circle on Telegram. Check it out. Totally free. The official source for this show is safenewmedia.com/HSRL. I want to give loyal listeners of this podcast something. Free gift for you if you want to start a podcast, but you feel imposter syndrome. You can get your copy of the Anti-Imposter Podcast Starter Kit at safenew.media. That's safenew.media. What I'm about to tell you next will shock you.
This is not an offer, solicitation of an offer to buy or sell securities. Past performance is not an indication of future results. Investing involves risk and may result in partial or total loss. Prospective investors should carefully consider investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses, and should consult with a tax or legal advisor before making any investment.
Before making any investment decision, always do your own research. This is not financial advice. Are you an accredited investor? This is for you. Today, owning a home now costs $52K more per year than renting. Families are stuck as forever renters. We're seizing this shift, buying 100 plus unit assets in growth markets. Few get in. Why? We don't need more money. We're looking for investors aligned with our values. We're improving quality of life at scale for hardworking families. Secure your place on our wait list. Go to inveresta.com. You can now subscribe to our newsletter. That secures your place. You can now receive your free guide. It's called Location Science 2026. 5 filters to find growth markets for multifamily real estate. Don't ignore the data before you invest. When you subscribe, you secure your place on our wait list for the next opportunity. Most real estate people tell you to invest in your backyard, which is great. If your backyard is a great location with increasing population growth and increasing job growth, but what if the job growth and population growth is declining? It's not a good idea. Avoid losing money in the wrong location. Hit me up on our X profile at Inveresta. On X at Inveresta. Retail investors can send me a DM there. Let me know what kind of investment opportunities you are looking for. Accredited investors can get in touch with me today. Call my office. Go to inveresta.com. Accredited investors only. This is not an offer or solicitation to the general public. Last thing before I let you go. I'm inviting you to subscribe to Methods of Prosperity newsletter. You owe it to yourself to be rich. Society, our parents, teachers, and peers have conditioned us. They want us to be like them. They need us to comply. They need us to be conventional like they are. As Herb Kelleher, co-founder and CEO of Southwest Airlines, remarked, all the people that were telling me those things were expressing conventional wisdom. And if it's conventional, it ain't wisdom. And if it's wisdom, it ain't conventional. My name is Sean Allen Fenn, and I'm obsessed with prosperity. This is the natural state of the human spirit. It turns out there's no limit. There's also many variables. Some keep their day job. Others go all in. Some are entrepreneurs. Other people are value investors. But all of them have a certain mindset. Understanding what makes them tick grants us insight into our own journey. Methods of Prosperity newsletter is for anyone who agrees that success leaves clues. It's the most popular newsletter to brainwash yourself rich. Go to safenewmedia.com/newsletter. To become a billionaire, one must first be conditioned to think like a billionaire. You can now subscribe for free at safenewmedia.com/newsletter. Thanks for making this the most popular live stream at this hour on this subject, broadcasting on X, formerly known as Twitter. Hidden Secrets Revealed Live is a production of Safe New Media, unconventional, diversified, global digital media company devoted to the practice, administration, and dissemination of the ideologies of its founder, moi, yours truly. My name is Sean Allen Fenn, and this is definitely not a cult. I like you, but don't take my word for it. Decide for yourself.